Okay, next up we're going to do something a little bit different. So this one, I actually made a second batch of dough, and this is another half of the batch of dough. And I'm going to go ahead and spread the whole thing with a little bit more of a generous amount of water than we did when we were just folding it over, because for this one it's really important that it sticks. I'm going to make some raviolis. I've got some butternut squash, which I cooked off yesterday, and this is just roasted, and it has a little bit of brown sugar, some Parmesan and butter, and that is it. No salt. The only salt is from the Parmesan. That might be a little close there. I'm gonna get about 6, maybe 7 out of this. Yeah, that last one might not come out. We'll see about that. Okay, and we want to try and fold this over. Try and eliminate as much air as possible. And start going around each mound, lightly pressing at first. Okay. And then really pushing down with your fingertips. Trying to make sure you've got a good seal around there. A little bit of an air bubble there. Alright. Next up, with a ramekin, not with a cutter, because the ramekin is going to help to press those edges together. Just get that done. We're going to put it over in some semolina. Yeah, see how that ramekin really smushes the edge rather than using a cutter on it. And this leftover dough, you can wet it a little bit, add a bit more flour, and you can get another batch out of that. So I've already done one batch. I think I should be able to salvage that last one. See, it might be kind of a teeny one, but we'll get something out of it. Okay. Yeah. Fine dining, I might not serve that one, but then you just take the prongs of a fork, make sure and keep them well dusted. These are going to take a little bit longer to cook. And I would do them on a simmer, not on a full boil. And then you would want to stir them occasionally, carefully with a wooden spoon. Just make sure they're not sticking together at all. Lots of salted water. And the best way to serve these once they're done is very simple, just brown butter and sage. It's absolutely delicious. You toast the sage in the brown butter as you're browning it, flavors the butter. Sage gets all nice and crispy. You do want a lot of sage. I would say for about 60, well, for 6 raviolis, which would be about a portion, you probably want to have about 35 to, yeah, probably about 25-30 sage leaves, something like that. There is my fettuccine drying out. That's my first batch of the raviolis. And I would recommend letting these dry out a bit. What that's going to do is it's going to help that help the water in there to seal that edge a little bit more. Just putting them on a sheet tray with a little bit more semolina. Surprisingly simple, you don't really need any fancy equipment. All right.